All right, so the final Rise of the Skywalker trailer has dropped yesterday, actually, during Monday Night Football. And people are talking about it. That's all I can say is people are talking about it. No more than the legacy media, who is pumping out article after article about how amazing that Star Wars trailer was, how it's the greatest. It's going to revive Star Wars. Disney Star Wars will be at the top of the throne once again, looking down upon the original trilogy because legacy media says that it's the best Star Wars. I did a video on that, and the reason that it's the best Star Wars, not because of the good character development, not because of the good storytelling, which it has neither of, not because of awesome fight scenes, which it doesn't have compared to the originals, but it's got inclusion and diversity. Therefore, it makes it the superior Star Wars movies, and it's much better. A better trilogy. I'm not even kidding. I made a video on that. These are the opinions of the legacy media. And that makes sense, right? They push these agendas, progressive agendas on everything. Every form of media must be a lecture. Every form of media must flog you and tell you what a piece of crap you are for having different opinions or views than that of the NPC. So, naturally, they are going to love Star Wars just like Captain Marvel, and they are pushing it. I noticed today all kinds of lovely headlines. I'm going to go over two of my favorite, such as Rise of the Skywalker trailer has fans bursting into tears. We have here, trailer showcases the final chapter of the Skywalker saga. Now that's kind of a normal headline. We have a whole article dedicated to the runtime of the new trailer, and so on and so on. Final trailer for Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker plays up the Reylo angle. The famous shipping of Kylo Ren and Rey, who has no last name, by the way. The rumor is she's going to adopt the Skywalker last name at the end of the movie. So that'll be interesting, and I wouldn't doubt it. So on and on. As we check, we see nothing but shill article after shill article. Because I got to tell you, of course, legacy media is doing their part to help Daddy Disney do whatever it takes, whatever they can do to get Daddy Disney Star Wars to go. And that has to do with the NPC stuff and the fact that Disney pays bills. So they are going to do whatever they can to make Daddy Disney look good.
Hello there.
That includes making you think that everyone loves it. So I got two articles here that I pulled up. A final trailer for Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker leaves Twitter heartbroken. Because of course it did. Let's go down here. We got some reactions. Time to let old things die. Get rid of your love of the old movies. Time to let in those new Disney movies that have nothing to say into your heart. Because they're literally just making the movies to make them. They don't really have anything to say. There's no message for these movies. It's just being made to make money. That's really it. There's nothing these movies have to say, which is a problem. So we do it together. Get this guy implying that he's crying. We go down here. Another person implying they're crying. And we come down here. Well, Carrie Fisher whispering, always, just shattered my heart into 1,000 tiny pieces. I always had a big problem with that. Especially like in The Force Awakens when she comes back. She doesn't run to Chewbacca and hug him. She hugs Rey, someone that she's never really interacted with. Ever. Hey, this person's more important than Chewbacca, who was probably the best man at your husband's and yours wedding. But hey, girl power, I guess. Keeping it together. Girls ending. I don't know. Leia's voice ending the trailer. I cannot. From the check mark, of course. From the check mark. Saying goodbye to the Skywalker saga is going to be hard. They have been a cinema staple for 40 plus years. I don't know where Disney will go with Star Wars next, but topping this saga is impossible. It's actually been done for quite a while. I don't know how much I consider Disney's movies really a part of it. It's almost like fan fiction brought to life by a billion-dollar company. Really, that's kind of the case here. It really is a billion-dollar fan fiction brought to life. This guy, Jeremy Conrad, my entire life I've heard how it was supposed to be 9 movies. I was there for the OT, the SCs, and the PT. And I don't think I'm prepared for this to end. So there you go. And then we head over here. This one was my favorite because the New York Post says fans are bursting into tears, but when you go and look through the Post to where the evidence is, they take you to one tweet by Maddie here. Yes, I did watch the Star Wars trailer 3 times, and yes, I burst into tears as soon as I saw Carrie Fisher. Thank you for asking. Of course, has 11 likes, one of them probably being the New York Post, and one retweet probably being the New York Post. But hey, that one person constitutes every fan crying and bursting into tears. And of course, in the article, the Force got emotional Monday night. The new trailer for Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker, the latest installment in the multi-billion-dollar earning Disney franchise, premiered during the New York Jets' dreadful loss to the New England Patriots. Well, come on. Duh. Duh, of course they lost. On ESPN. It was marked by particular touching moments involving longtime robot sidekick C-3PO and the late actress Carrie Fisher, who played General Leia Organa and whose 63rd birthday would have been Monday. Well, I didn't know that. But anyway, kind of funny stuff in here. So they go on to talk about how it was so emotional. Like this, look at this keyword here. Another heart tugger. Another heart tugger. Okay. Involves the scene with Leia. So not really too much more to go into. My personal thoughts on the trailer, I was kind of like, meh. I didn't feel any hype. I didn't feel anything when I watched it. Now, I think some of it was kind of cool, yeah. But, I also thought Force Awakens was cool. But one thing the Force Awakens didn't do was it didn't stand the test of time. I haven't gone back and watched that movie once so it came out on Blu-ray. I watched it, I think, probably twice. And, I have maybe watched it one other time since then at this, and I got it on release date. So, from that point in time till now, I don't think I've watched it one other time. It's just become forgotten. I don't think these movies stand the test of time like the originals did. And even to an extent, the prequels. Now, the prequels didn't age that good, but, I've watched at least Revenge of the Sith a couple of times here and there. The first 2 of the prequels, not so much. But nonetheless, I still think even those movies stand the test of time a little bit better than these new Disney movies. I don't think these new Disney movies will stand the test of time. I don't think anyone will be talking about them in 5 years. I don't think anybody would be even talking about Star Wars in 10 years. I think this franchise is on its way out. I don't think people really care about it anymore. And I think the only reason that it's even still going and has the hype that it has is, of course, because it has the big Disney machine behind it to artificially push that hype. But, when it's all said and done, I don't think anyone's going to care about these movies. Force Awakens is pretty much a rinse, wash, and repeat of A New Hope. It was a very safe movie, and I think this is going to be a very safe movie because they have a lot riding on this movie. If this movie doesn't please people, it's going to mark the end of Star Wars. I mean, that's a fact. It will be the end of the Star Wars franchise if this movie bombs because Solo left a bad taste in people's mouth, and that was a follow-up to a movie that already divided the fandom in The Last Jedi, divided the fandom down the middle. I'm sure there's some people lagging in between, but that movie really hurt the fan base. Solo didn't help anything. So if this movie bombs, we're going to have big problems. So I think it's going to be a very safe movie. I think you're going to see the media hype machine pump article after article to try to hype this up. And you're going to see the shill YouTubers like Star Wars Explained or whatever that YouTuber group is that blocked everybody that was warring with Geeks and Gamers. You're going to see them try and hype it. And I just don't see it happening. Don't see it happening. I think the movie will do okay for sure. And I think it'll be safe and people will like it. But I'm going to tell you right now, in 2 years, nobody's going to be talking about it. So anyway, like and subscribe. Let me know what you thought about this video. Let me know what you think about the Star Wars trailer. Do you think there's hope for the series? Do you think the series will continue? Do you think anyone will be talking about this movie in 2 years? Let me know. Also, there's a YouTube purge coming. Make sure you're still subscribed. Like the video. Hit the notification bell. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.